Have you ever wondered what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who only wish for them? It's not luck or talent alone, it's a mindset. A growth mindset is the foundation of real achievement, the inner belief that we can grow, learn, and improve with time and effort. This book, Growth Power, Develop a Mindset for Achievement, is your roadmap to building that mindset. Through 10 transformative chapters, you'll learn how to reframe challenges, turn setbacks into stepping stones, and nurture self-belief that fuels action. Each chapter provides relatable examples, clear explanations, and practical exercises designed to help you apply what you learn immediately. Whether you're striving for personal or professional goals, Growth Power will help you unlock a powerful shift in perspective. Let this book be your guide to developing the mindset that not only reaches goals, but makes lasting growth a part of who you are. Chapter 1. Laying the Foundation, the Power of Growth Mindset. Have you ever felt like you weren't good enough to pursue something you wanted? Maybe a dream career, a new skill, or even a better version of yourself? It's a common feeling that can make us doubt our potential. However, there's a powerful shift in perspective that can help us move beyond these doubts and limitations, opening up endless possibilities. The growth mindset. This chapter explores how embracing a growth mindset can lay a strong foundation for personal achievement, setting the stage for everything else you'll learn in this book. At its core, a growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence aren't fixed traits. Instead of viewing talents or limitations as permanent, people with a growth mindset see them as starting points that can be developed over time. This view might sound simple, but it has profound implications. With a growth mindset, challenges become opportunities, failures become learning experiences, and hard work becomes the path to progress. Think about this. If you approached every difficulty with the idea that you could improve with practice and patience, how much more would you be willing to try? Adopting this mindset means seeing potential where you once saw obstacles. It means believing that, with effort, you can grow beyond what you thought possible. Consider a real-life example. Imagine a student struggling with math. If the student has a fixed mindset, they might think, "I'm just not a math person." They might give up, assuming they'll never understand math, no matter how much they try. However, if the student adopts a growth mindset, they'll view their struggles differently. They'll see math as a skill that can be improved with practice. They might still face challenges, but instead of giving up, they'll look for ways to improve, whether by studying more, asking for help, or practicing regularly. The difference lies in how they approach the problem. The growth mindset keeps them moving forward, while the fixed mindset holds them back. Over time, this shift in perspective not only boosts the student's performance in math, but also strengthens their confidence, showing them they can improve in other areas of life. Many successful individuals share a growth mindset, and it's often the key to their achievements. Think of people like Michael Jordan or J.K. Rowling. Michael Jordan wasn't always the basketball legend we know today. He was once cut from his high school team. Instead of giving up, he practiced relentlessly, focusing on becoming better rather than fixating on his initial failure. J.K. Rowling faced numerous rejections before her Harry Potter books were published, but she believed in her potential to succeed and kept improving her craft. These stories are powerful reminders that greatness often begins with persistence, effort, and the willingness to keep growing, no matter the setbacks. Their examples show us that a growth mindset is not just a concept, it's a way of life that can lead to remarkable achievements when applied consistently. The beauty of the growth mindset is that anyone can develop it. Unlike talent or specific skills which might require certain aptitudes, the growth mindset is a choice, one that you can make every day. When you face a challenge, you can choose to see it as a learning opportunity rather than a roadblock. This doesn't mean you'll find immediate success or that everything will suddenly become easy, but it does mean that you'll have a foundation for handling difficulties constructively. You'll be able to ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" instead of feeling defeated or helpless. This approach can transform how you handle setbacks, ultimately leading to a more resilient, fulfilling life. As you go through this book, you'll find that the growth mindset is a recurring theme. influencing each chapter and every concept we discuss. Embracing this mindset will allow you to absorb new ideas, tackle exercises, and make lasting changes with confidence. The growth mindset is the soil in which all other habits of achievement are planted. Without it, our efforts may not bear fruit, but with it, we can cultivate success. To start applying a growth mindset, try looking at something in your life that you consider a weakness. How might you begin to improve in this area if you believed that growth was possible? This could be as simple as starting to practice more or seeking feedback from others. Remember that growth is a journey, not a race, and small, consistent steps lead to big changes over time. Reflective question. What area in your life would improve if you saw it as a skill to develop rather than a limitation to accept? Chapter 2. Embracing change. Stepping outside your comfort zone. When was the last time you did something that made you uncomfortable? It's a question worth pondering because growth and achievement often require us to move beyond what's familiar. In this chapter, we'll explore the concept of stepping outside your comfort zone, why it's essential for personal development, and how embracing change can unlock potential you might not even know you have. The comfort zone is a mental space where we feel safe, secure, and in control. Within this zone, we know what to expect, and we're rarely challenged in ways that require us to grow. While it's a cozy place to be, spending too much time here can limit us. Growth, learning, and self-discovery happen when we push ourselves beyond this space, allowing us to face challenges that encourage us to evolve. Imagine a child learning to ride a bicycle. At first, they're hesitant, afraid of falling. Yet, as they practice and push past their fears, they eventually learn to ride confidently. It's only by stepping outside their comfort zone, by risking the chance of falling, that they gain a new skill. Adults aren't so different. The only difference is that our comfort zones become more complex over time. Consider someone who's afraid of public speaking. They may avoid situations where they need to talk in front of a crowd, staying firmly within the safety of their comfort zone. But let's imagine they decide to face this fear by speaking in small groups, gradually working their way up to larger audiences. With each attempt, they build confidence and become more comfortable. Over time, public speaking may even become enjoyable, something that once seemed daunting. This is the power of moving beyond our comfort zones. By confronting our fears and insecurities, we open doors to new experiences and skills that enrich our lives. An inspiring real-life example of stepping out of the comfort zone can be seen in people who make major career shifts. Think of someone leaving a stable job to start their own business. Initially, the transition is filled with uncertainties and challenges. They might doubt their abilities, fear financial instability, or worry about failing. However, those who succeed often find that the decision to take the leap allows them to discover new strengths, learn valuable lessons, and develop resilience. They learn that discomfort is a sign of growth and that embracing it leads to profound personal and professional development. In fact, many entrepreneurs credit their success to the willingness to embrace change and take calculated risks, knowing that true achievement lies beyond what feels comfortable. This principle applies to more than just career changes. It's a valuable lesson in all areas of life. For instance, those who travel to unfamiliar places and immerse themselves in different cultures often report a significant transformation in their perspectives. By embracing the unknown and adapting to new situations, they become more open-minded, adaptable, and resilient. These are skills that translate into nearly every other area of life. The more often we practice pushing beyond what's comfortable, the more we grow, not only in specific skills, but also in confidence and self-awareness. However, it's important to note that stepping outside your comfort zone doesn't mean diving headfirst into overwhelming situations. Growth is a gradual process, and taking small, manageable steps often leads to lasting change. If we push ourselves too far too quickly, it's easy to feel defeated and discouraged. Instead, aim to take consistent steps toward your goals, each one slightly outside your comfort zone. This could be as simple as speaking up in a meeting, trying a new hobby, or introducing yourself to someone new. Each small step will build on the last, creating a foundation of resilience and self-assurance over time. To encourage continuous growth, It helps to reframe discomfort as a sign of progress. When you feel uneasy or unsure, recognize that this feeling is often a precursor to growth. Instead of avoiding it, welcome it as an indication that you're on the path to self-improvement. This shift in mindset can make all the difference, transforming fear into excitement and reluctance into motivation. As you face new challenges, remind yourself that every step outside your comfort zone brings you closer to becoming the person you aspire to be. Reflective question: what's one small step you can take today to step outside your comfort zone? How could this action help you grow, even if it feels uncomfortable at first? Chapter 3: Overcoming Obstacles, Building Resilience and Setbacks. Have you ever faced a setback that felt like the end of the road? Perhaps a project didn't go as planned, or you faced unexpected challenges that knocked you off course. In moments like these, it's natural to feel discouraged, but it's also an opportunity to build something powerful within yourself. Resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from obstacles, to keep going despite adversity, and to grow stronger because of challenges, rather than in spite of them. In this chapter, we'll explore how to turn setbacks into stepping stones, transforming difficulties into valuable lessons that fuel your journey toward success. At its heart, resilience is about perspective. When we encounter setbacks, the way we interpret them shapes our response. Those with a resilient mindset view obstacles not as permanent roadblocks, but as temporary challenges. They believe that setbacks are part of the journey, rather than signs of failure. Imagine you're hiking up a mountain, and along the path, you come across a fallen tree blocking the way. Someone without resilience might see the tree as a reason to turn back, thinking the journey is over. But a resilient person would look for ways around the tree, finding alternative paths or even climbing over it. Resilience enables you to continue forward, even when the path isn't clear. A well-known example of resilience is seen in the life of Thomas Edison. Before inventing the light bulb, Edison faced countless failures. It's said that he tested thousands of different materials for the filament before finding one that worked. Each failed attempt could have been a reason to give up, but Edison saw these failures as part of the process, famously stating, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's resilience allowed him to view each setback as a step toward success. This perspective not only led him to create the light bulb, but also serves as a powerful reminder that persistence in the face of failure can lead to groundbreaking success. Building resilience doesn't mean you won't feel disappointment, frustration, or even anger when things go wrong. These feelings are normal, but resilience is about what comes after those feelings. It's about asking, what can I learn from this? Rather than dwelling on what went wrong. For example, if you're pursuing a fitness goal and face a setback, like an injury or a period of low motivation, resilience helps you adjust your approach rather than abandoning your goal. Instead of giving up, you might modify your routine or find new ways to stay active, ensuring that you continue on your journey even if it looks different than you originally planned. In doing so, you build a habit of adaptability, making it easier to navigate future challenges. One important aspect of resilience is the ability to view setbacks as temporary. When we see challenges as permanent, they can feel overwhelming, as if we're stuck in them forever. But by remembering that setbacks are a natural part of any journey, we gain the strength to move through them. Think of a difficult exam you didn't pass or a job interview that didn't go as planned. Rather than viewing these experiences as reflections of your overall ability, resilience allows you to see them as temporary bumps along the road. This shift in thinking not only reduces stress, but also motivates you to try again, with the understanding that failure is not the end. Another essential part of resilience is self-compassion. When we face setbacks, it's easy to be our own harshest critic, blaming ourselves for every mistake. However, self-compassion involves treating yourself with kindness, much like you would treat a friend who's going through a tough time. When you're gentle with yourself, setbacks become less painful, allowing you to focus on recovery and growth. Self-compassion also fosters a sense of patience, helping you recognize that building resilience is a gradual process. Each time you face a challenge and choose to keep going, you're strengthening your resilience. Finally, resilience is something you can actively cultivate. It's like a muscle that grows stronger with practice. Every time you encounter a setback and choose to respond positively, you're building your resilience. This practice becomes easier with time, and eventually, resilience becomes a natural part of who you are. Think of athletes who face injuries or defeats but continue training, knowing that their setbacks are just part of the journey. They've built resilience over time, learning to see challenges as opportunities to improve. This mindset can be applied to any area of life, whether you're facing challenges in your career, relationships, or personal growth. To begin developing resilience, start by reframing how you view obstacles. Instead of seeing them as reasons to quit, try seeing them as opportunities to learn and grow. Each challenge you overcome adds to your inner strength, preparing you for future successes. Remember that resilience isn't about avoiding difficulties, but about embracing them, knowing they will make you stronger in the end. Reflective question. When you face setbacks, how can you start seeing them as temporary and as opportunities to grow? Chapter 4. Setting bold goals. Turning vision into action. Do you have dreams that excite you, yet feel just out of reach? Many people have visions of where they want to be, but struggle to transform those ideas into concrete actions. This chapter focuses on the art of setting bold goals and making them achievable. Setting goals is the bridge between dreaming and doing, and it gives us a roadmap that helps turn abstract desires into real accomplishments. With the right approach, setting bold goals can be an inspiring process that energizes you to take consistent steps toward the life you envision. A bold goal is one that stretches you. Unlike small, easily achieved goals, bold goals require stepping outside your comfort zone, challenging you to grow and evolve. These goals inspire excitement, but may also bring a certain level of nervousness, as they are ambitious and require effort. This is a good sign. It means you're aiming for something meaningful. For example, imagine someone who wants to run a marathon. It's a bold goal for anyone who hasn't trained extensively, as it involves rigorous preparation, both physically and mentally. However, the process of setting this goal and creating a plan to achieve it is what transforms the dream of finishing a marathon into a step-by-step journey. The marathon is no longer a vague idea. It becomes a series of training sessions, lifestyle adjustments, and dedicated focus that bring them closer to the finish line with every run. To set a bold goal, you need clarity and commitment. Clarity means defining exactly what you want to achieve and why it matters to you. The clearer your goal, the more motivated you will be to reach it. For example, rather than setting a vague goal like, get fit, a clearer goal would be, I want to increase my stamina and be able to run 5 miles without stopping within 3 months. This level of detail gives direction and purpose, making it easier to map out the actions required to reach it. Additionally, committing to a bold goal means understanding that it may not be easy. There may be days when progress feels slow or challenges arise. But by staying committed to your goal and your reason for setting it, you'll build resilience and find the motivation to keep going. One effective strategy for achieving bold goals is to break them down into smaller milestones. Imagine someone who dreams of starting their own business. The goal is exciting, but it can also feel overwhelming. Breaking it down into specific milestones, such as researching the market, developing a business plan, securing funding, and marketing the business, makes the process less daunting. Each milestone represents a small, achievable step that moves them closer to the ultimate goal. This approach not only keeps the person on track, but also provides a sense of accomplishment along the way, as each milestone achieved is a reminder of the progress being made. Real-life examples of bold goal setting are everywhere. Consider Oprah Winfrey, who overcame significant obstacles to become one of the most influential media personalities in the world. Her success didn't happen by accident. It was the result of setting bold goals and persistently working toward them. Even when facing challenges, she remained focused on her goals, breaking down large ambitions into achievable steps and adjusting her approach as needed. Oprah's journey shows us that bold goals, no matter how ambitious, are achievable with persistence, clarity, and a commitment to keep moving forward. Another key aspect of achieving bold goals is the willingness to adapt. As you pursue your goal, you may find that some methods aren't working as well as you hoped, or that unexpected obstacles arise. Being adaptable allows you to adjust your approach rather than feeling defeated. For example, someone aiming to learn a new language might struggle with traditional study methods. Rather than giving up, they could experiment with language immersion programs, online courses, or conversation partners to find a method that works better for them. Adaptability keeps the goal alive, allowing you to overcome challenges and discover new paths to success. To set your own bold goal, start by visualizing what you truly want to achieve and why it matters. Let that vision fuel your motivation. Then, define the goal clearly, break it into smaller steps, and commit to steady progress. Finally, remain open to adapting your approach when needed. Remember that setting a bold goal is about more than just the destination. It's about the journey of growth, resilience, and discovery that you experience along the way. Reflective question: what bold goal can you set for yourself, and what small step can you take today to begin turning that goal into reality? Chapter 5: Cultivating Self-Belief. Harnessing inner confidence. Have you ever hesitated to pursue a goal because you doubted your ability to succeed? Many people struggle with self-belief, questioning whether they're good enough or capable enough to achieve their dreams. Yet self-belief is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth and achievement. This chapter explores the importance of believing in yourself and provides insights into building inner confidence so you can approach your goals with a sense of purpose and strength. Self-belief is the foundation of confidence. It's the quiet, steady conviction that you have the ability to succeed, even if you're still learning and growing. With self-belief, you're more likely to take risks, try new things, and push through challenges, because you trust that, no matter the outcome, you'll find a way to keep moving forward. Imagine someone who wants to switch careers but lacks experience in their new field. Without self-belief, they might feel overwhelmed and doubtful, convincing themselves that they'll fail before even trying. But with self-belief, they're willing to take that first step, knowing they can learn and adapt along the way. This trust in their potential allows them to take action, building the experience and skills they need to succeed. A powerful example of self-belief can be found in athletes. Many top athletes credit their success not only to physical training, but also to the mental strength that comes from believing in their abilities. Take Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer. While his rigorous training was essential, he often spoke about how visualizing his success and trusting in his hard work helped him stay focused under pressure. This belief didn't mean he never faced setbacks. There were times when he lost races or struggled to meet his own expectations. However, his self-belief kept him motivated and resilient, even during challenging times, proving that a strong belief in oneself can carry you through obstacles that might otherwise feel insurmountable. Building self-belief doesn't mean ignoring your doubts. Instead, it's about acknowledging those doubts without letting them control your actions. One practical way to cultivate self-belief is through self-affirmation, or the practice of reminding yourself of your strengths and past achievements. For instance, if you're about to tackle a difficult task, take a moment to reflect on times when you've succeeded in similar situations. By reminding yourself of past accomplishments, you reinforce the idea that you are capable, even if this new challenge feels daunting. This simple habit can be especially helpful during moments of self-doubt, serving as a reminder that you've overcome obstacles before and can do so again. Another key to building self-belief is setting small, achievable goals that allow you to experience success. Every time you accomplish a goal, no matter how small, you reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed. For example, imagine you want to improve your public speaking skills but feel nervous about speaking in front of large groups. Instead of jumping into a high-stakes presentation, you might start by speaking up in smaller meetings or practicing with a friend. As you experience success in these lower-pressure situations, your confidence grows, making it easier to take on bigger challenges. This gradual approach helps you build self-belief by creating a series of positive experiences that confirm your ability to achieve what you set out to do. It's also helpful to surround yourself with people who support and encourage your self-belief. Positive feedback from friends, family, and mentors can strengthen your inner confidence, especially during times when you're feeling uncertain. When you share your goals with supportive people, you create a network of encouragement that boosts your belief in yourself. Just as self-doubt can spread, so can self-belief, especially when it's nurtured by those who see and appreciate your strengths. By building a positive support system, you create an environment where self-belief can flourish, empowering you to take bold steps toward your aspirations. Finally, remember that self-belief is a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you feel uncertain or struggle to maintain confidence. This is normal, and it's part of the process. During these times, it's important to practice self-compassion. Instead of criticizing yourself for feeling doubtful, remind yourself that everyone faces moments of insecurity. Self-compassion allows you to keep moving forward without being weighed down by perfectionism or fear of failure. Over time, as you continue to work on self-belief, you'll find that these moments of doubt become less frequent and less powerful, allowing your confidence to grow naturally. To begin building self-belief, start by recognizing your strengths and acknowledging your past successes, no matter how small. Then, take small steps toward your goals, using each success as a building block for greater confidence. Remember, self-belief isn't about being fearless or flawless. It's about trusting your ability to grow, learn, and succeed over time. Reflective question: what is one small step you can take today to strengthen your self-belief? And how can this step bring you closer to a goal that feels important to you? Chapter 6: Unlocking Motivation. Staying driven and focused. What keeps you going when things get tough? Motivation is the fuel that powers our journey toward goals, especially when the path is challenging. However, motivation can sometimes feel fleeting. One day you're inspired and full of energy, and the next day, it's hard to even get started. This chapter explores how to unlock a deeper, more sustainable motivation, helping you stay driven and focused as you work toward your goals. Motivation comes from two main sources: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation is the drive that comes from within, such as the satisfaction of learning something new or the joy of working on something meaningful. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, comes from outside rewards, like praise, money, or recognition. While both types can be useful, intrinsic motivation tends to be more powerful and lasting because it taps into your personal values and passions. For instance, if you're motivated to exercise because it genuinely makes you feel good and energized, you're likely to stick with it longer than if you're exercising solely to look a certain way for an event. The first reason is tied to your well-being, while the second is connected to a temporary external goal. Consider someone who loves to write. They might be motivated by the creative freedom writing provides, or by the satisfaction of putting their thoughts into words. This intrinsic motivation keeps them engaged even during difficult times, like writer's block or critical feedback. But if they were only writing to meet deadlines or earn a paycheck, their motivation might fade when they encounter challenges. This doesn't mean that extrinsic motivators are bad. In fact, they can be useful. For example, a writer may still enjoy receiving awards or recognition, but the primary reason they write is their passion for storytelling. The same principle applies to any goal. When your motivation is linked to a deep personal purpose, it's easier to stay focused and driven over time. To build lasting motivation, it's important to connect your goals to your personal values. Think about what truly matters to you and how your goals align with those values. For instance, if you're motivated by personal growth, framing a goal as an opportunity to learn and evolve will keep you engaged. If relationships are a core value, setting goals that strengthen connections with others will hold more meaning for you. Take someone who wants to advance their career. If they're primarily motivated by a passion for helping others, they may find greater satisfaction and motivation by focusing on projects that make a positive impact, rather than those that only bring recognition or financial gain. By aligning goals with personal values, they create a source of motivation that's both meaningful and enduring. Another strategy for staying motivated is to visualize the outcome you're working toward. Visualization is a powerful tool that helps reinforce your commitment to a goal. Imagine yourself achieving the goal and consider how it will feel, what it will look like, and the positive changes it will bring to your life. This mental picture can boost motivation, especially during difficult times, by reminding you of why you started in the first place. For instance, if you're studying for an important exam, visualize yourself passing the exam and reaching the next stage in your career or education. This mental image can reignite your drive and keep you focused, even when the studying feels tedious. Breaking larger goals into smaller, achievable steps can also maintain motivation. Large goals can sometimes feel overwhelming, making it difficult to know where to begin. By breaking them down, you create a series of mini-goals, each one serving as a stepping stone. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, set smaller milestones like completing a chapter or reaching a certain word count each week. Celebrating these small achievements not only boosts motivation, but also provides a sense of progress, making the larger goal feel more attainable. With each milestone reached, your motivation grows, reinforcing your belief that you're moving closer to your ultimate goal. One common obstacle to motivation is perfectionism, which can create unnecessary pressure and diminish your drive. When we expect ourselves to perform perfectly at all times, it's easy to feel discouraged when things don't go as planned. To overcome this, try to focus on progress rather than perfection. Embrace the idea that mistakes and setbacks are part of the journey and that each effort brings you closer to your goal. For example, if you're learning a new skill and make mistakes along the way, remind yourself that these errors are valuable learning experiences. By focusing on growth rather than flawless performance, you'll stay motivated to keep improving. Lastly, surrounding yourself with supportive, like-minded people can also help you stay motivated. When you're surrounded by people who encourage your progress and believe in your potential, it's easier to maintain your own belief and motivation. Share your goals with friends, family, or mentors who understand and support your journey. Their encouragement can provide a boost when your motivation dips, reminding you of your strengths and the reasons you set out on this path. Imagine a student studying for an exam who joins a study group. Working alongside others who share the same goal can be motivating, as it creates a shared purpose and accountability. To unlock your motivation, focus on setting goals aligned with your values, visualize your success, break down large tasks, let go of perfectionism, and seek support from those who believe in you. By consistently applying these strategies, you'll find that motivation becomes more than just a feeling. It becomes a steady, dependable source of energy that drives you forward. Reflective question: what personal value or purpose fuels your motivation, and how can you connect this value to a goal you're working toward? Chapter 7: Mastering Self-Discipline, the Key to Consistency. Have you ever set a goal only to struggle with sticking to it over time? Achieving success in any area often requires one essential trait: self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to stay consistent, to keep going even when the initial excitement fades, and to push forward despite obstacles. It's the trait that transforms intentions into habits and habits into results. In this chapter, we'll explore how mastering self-discipline can empower you to stay committed to your goals, regardless of challenges, and make meaningful, lasting progress. At its core, self-discipline is about doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's about resisting the temptation to give up when things get tough and choosing to keep going despite discomfort or fatigue. Consider someone training for a marathon. Running long distances requires physical endurance, but the mental endurance required is just as important. Some days, they might wake up feeling unmotivated or tired. Yet, if they're disciplined, they'll lace up their shoes and go for a run anyway, knowing that each step brings them closer to the finish line. Self-discipline is what keeps them on track, even when motivation fluctuates. Building self-discipline is not about being strict or hard on yourself, it's about creating habits that make it easier to stay on course. One effective way to cultivate self-discipline is to start with small, manageable goals. For instance, if you want to develop the habit of reading more, start by reading just 5 pages a day instead of committing to an hour-long session. As you consistently achieve these smaller goals, your self-discipline strengthens, making it easier to handle larger challenges over time. This approach is often called habit stacking, where you begin with small habits that gradually build into more significant routines. Small, consistent actions lead to a powerful sense of accomplishment, reinforcing the belief that you can stick to your goals. A common challenge with self-discipline is the pull of instant gratification. In today's fast-paced world, we're used to getting things quickly, whether it's information, entertainment, or even food. This desire for immediate results can make it difficult to stay disciplined, as many worthwhile goals, like health, career advancement, or learning new skills, take time and effort. Consider someone who wants to learn to play an instrument. The first few practice sessions might be exciting, but as the learning curve becomes steeper, the initial excitement wears off. If they're seeking instant gratification, they may give up, thinking they'll never master it. However, if they focus on long-term benefits and the sense of accomplishment that will come with mastering each skill, they'll find it easier to stay disciplined through the challenges. To strengthen self-discipline, it's helpful to create an environment that supports your goals. For example, if you're trying to eat healthier, stock your kitchen with nutritious foods and remove tempting snacks that don't align with your goals. By reducing temptations and distractions, you make it easier to stick to your plans. Similarly, if you're trying to cut back on screen time, set your phone to silent mode during focused work periods or keep it in another room. By intentionally designing your environment to align with your goals, you reduce the need to rely solely on willpower, making self-discipline a more natural part of your routine. Accountability is another powerful tool for building self-discipline. Sharing your goals with someone else, whether a friend, family member, or mentor, can make you more likely to stay committed. When someone else knows what you're working toward, you're more inclined to follow through. For example, if you set a goal to go to the gym 3 times a week, sharing this goal with a friend can create a sense of responsibility. If they ask you about your progress, you're more likely to stay on track, knowing someone else is invested in your success. In addition, some people find that accountability groups or partners make the journey more enjoyable, as they can share in the highs and support each other during the lows. It's also important to remember that self-discipline is a skill that grows with practice. The more you exercise self-discipline, the stronger it becomes. Like a muscle, it requires regular training. There will be days when it feels easy and days when it feels incredibly hard. During those challenging moments, remind yourself of your why, the reason you set the goal in the first place. This purpose can serve as a powerful motivator, helping you stay focused and pushing you to overcome temporary discomfort. For example, if your goal is to improve your physical health, remember that each workout brings you closer to feeling healthier, stronger, and more energetic. When you focus on the benefits of your efforts, you reinforce your self-discipline, making it easier to stay consistent over time. To cultivate self-discipline, start by setting small, achievable goals, design your environment to reduce temptations, and seek support from others who can hold you accountable. Over time, as you practice these strategies, you'll find that self-discipline becomes an integral part of your life, allowing you to make steady progress toward your goals. Reflective question: what small action can you take today to strengthen your self-discipline, and how can this action support one of your current goals? Chapter 8. Adapting to feedback, using criticism as fuel. How do you feel when you receive feedback? For many, feedback, especially when it's critical, can feel uncomfortable, even discouraging. But feedback is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth and achievement when approached with the right mindset. This chapter will explore how to view feedback as a valuable resource, showing you how to turn it into fuel for continuous improvement. By learning to embrace feedback, you'll gain insights that can help you reach your goals faster and more effectively. Feedback offers an outside perspective on your efforts, allowing you to see things you might otherwise miss. Sometimes, when we're deeply focused on a goal, it's easy to develop blind spots or overlook areas for improvement. Feedback helps us step back and gain clarity. For example, consider an artist working on a painting. They may feel satisfied with their work, but a fresh set of eyes might notice areas where the colors could blend more smoothly or where details could be added. This input, if taken constructively, can help the artist enhance their work. Rather than being a judgment, feedback provides guidance for refinement and growth. One common challenge with feedback is overcoming defensiveness. When we receive feedback that points out weaknesses or mistakes, our first reaction might be to protect ourselves, feeling as though our effort or ability is under attack. But viewing feedback this way limits our potential. Instead, try to see feedback as information rather than as a personal judgment. Think of it as a guide, showing you what can be improved. Athletes often have coaches who provide constant feedback on technique, endurance, and strategy. Rather than feeling discouraged by their coach's critiques, successful athletes use this input to refine their skills, knowing it will ultimately make them better competitors. The feedback is not a reflection of their worth. It's simply a tool for improvement. An example of effectively using feedback can be found in businesses that encourage customer reviews. When a customer leaves feedback about a product or service, companies have the opportunity to address areas for improvement. For instance, if a restaurant receives feedback about slow service, they can examine their operations to identify ways to improve. Rather than ignoring or resenting the criticism, the restaurant can use it as a basis for positive change. When approached with an open mind, feedback can enhance the quality of products, services, and personal efforts, leading to a better experience for everyone involved. Adapting to feedback doesn't mean accepting every suggestion without question. Some feedback will be helpful, while other input may not align with your goals. It's essential to evaluate feedback carefully, considering its relevance and accuracy. If you're working on a project and receive conflicting advice from two different people, take a moment to reflect on which feedback aligns best with your vision. Constructive feedback should resonate with your goals and values, helping you improve while staying true to your path. This approach allows you to filter out noise while still benefiting from valuable insights. One effective way to make feedback work for you is to ask for specific input. General feedback, such as "you did well" or "this needs improvement," can be hard to act on. Instead, ask for targeted feedback that addresses particular areas. For example, if you're working on a presentation, you might ask a trusted colleague to provide feedback on your pacing, clarity, or engagement. This approach gives you actionable advice that you can use to make concrete improvements. By actively seeking specific feedback, you demonstrate a commitment to growth and create opportunities for meaningful change. To use feedback as fuel, it's also helpful to reflect on what you've learned after receiving it. Consider how the feedback aligns with your goals and how you can apply it in a way that supports your growth. For instance, a musician who receives feedback on their technique might spend extra time practicing specific areas, incorporating the suggestions into their routine. This reflection process helps you transform feedback into a practical plan, allowing you to improve in a focused and intentional way. Finally, remember that feedback is a gift. It may not always feel that way, especially when it highlights areas for improvement, but feedback provides insight that can accelerate your progress. When you're open to feedback, you gain access to information that others may not have. This willingness to learn sets you apart, building resilience and adaptability. Embracing feedback with a positive attitude will help you grow faster and more effectively, bringing you closer to your goals. Reflective question: how can you use recent feedback as a stepping stone for growth, and what specific action can you take to apply it to your current goals? Chapter 9: Celebrating Small Wins, the Power of Positive Reinforcement. How often do you pause to celebrate the small achievements along the way to your big goals? For many people, it's tempting to rush through small successes, feeling they don't truly count until the big goal is reached. Yet, celebrating small wins is one of the most powerful ways to stay motivated and maintain a positive outlook on the journey to achievement. This chapter explores the importance of recognizing and appreciating these moments, showing how small celebrations can fuel your progress and build confidence. Celebrating small wins is a form of positive reinforcement. It's just like a pat on the back or a word of encouragement. Each small celebration reinforces your commitment to your goals. When you take a moment to recognize your achievements, however small, you remind yourself of your progress. This helps to build a sense of accomplishment and momentum, making it easier to stay motivated. Imagine someone working toward a fitness goal, like running a half marathon. Training for a race requires months of preparation, often filled with ups and downs. If they celebrate each milestone, running an extra mile, improving their pace, or completing a tough workout, they're reinforcing their commitment and progress. These small celebrations keep them focused, even when the final goal seems far away. One of the benefits of celebrating small wins is that it helps combat the all-or-nothing mindset. Often, people feel that unless they achieve the entire goal perfectly, their efforts aren't good enough. This mindset can lead to feelings of discouragement or even cause someone to abandon their goal entirely if progress slows. However, when you acknowledge and celebrate small wins, you shift the focus from perfection to progress. For example, a student studying for a major exam might feel overwhelmed by the volume of material they need to learn. By celebrating each chapter or topic mastered, they're breaking down the large goal into achievable steps, reinforcing a sense of capability rather than feeling burdened by the weight of the entire task. Another powerful aspect of celebrating small wins is that it creates a habit of gratitude and self-acknowledgement. Life can be busy, and it's easy to overlook moments of success as you move from one task to the next. Taking time to recognize your achievements, no matter how minor they seem, fosters a positive mindset. Consider someone learning a new language. Mastering a language takes time, and progress can sometimes feel slow. By celebrating each new word learned, or each conversation held, they cultivate gratitude for their efforts and remind themselves of how far they've come. This regular practice of acknowledgement strengthens self-belief and encourages them to keep going, even when challenges arise. Celebrating small wins also boosts confidence. Each time you recognize a small achievement, you're building trust in your abilities and reinforcing a positive self-image. When you're working toward a big goal, self-doubt can sometimes creep in, making you question whether you're capable of succeeding. Small celebrations act as reminders that you are, indeed, making progress, and that each step is bringing you closer to your goal. Imagine a person saving money to start their own business. If they celebrate each savings milestone, they're not only building their financial foundation, but also building confidence in their ability to achieve long-term goals. Each small win strengthens their belief that they are capable of reaching the finish line. Step by step. Creating a routine of small celebrations doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be as simple as taking a few moments to reflect on your progress, jotting down your achievements in a journal, or rewarding yourself with something meaningful. For instance, if you complete a challenging project at work, you might treat yourself to a favorite meal or a relaxing activity. These small rewards act as reminders that your efforts are worthwhile, reinforcing a sense of satisfaction and encouraging you to keep moving forward. To start celebrating small wins, begin by identifying the smaller steps within your larger goal. This approach helps break down what might feel like an overwhelming task into manageable parts, making it easier to see and appreciate your progress. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, break it down into chapters or even paragraphs. Each section completed is a win, and acknowledging it will keep your motivation alive throughout the process. By viewing each small step as part of the larger journey, you reinforce your commitment to the end goal and make the process more enjoyable. Incorporating small celebrations into your routine can also shift your perspective on setbacks. When you're focused on progress rather than perfection, you're less likely to feel defeated by challenges. Instead, you'll recognize that every effort counts, and setbacks are simply part of the journey. For example, if you're aiming to improve your health, each healthy meal or workout is a win, even if you miss a day or indulge occasionally. By celebrating these small steps, You maintain a positive mindset and avoid getting discouraged by minor setbacks, viewing them as temporary rather than defining. To make the most of celebrating small wins, try to establish a habit of reflection. At the end of each day or week, take a few moments to think about what you accomplished, no matter how small. Reflecting on your progress helps you stay connected to your goals, reinforcing your dedication and keeping your motivation strong. This habit also helps to remind you of the progress you've made over time, so you can look back and see just how far you've come. Celebrating small wins is a simple yet powerful practice that can transform your approach to achieving goals. By regularly acknowledging your progress, you're building a mindset that values growth and resilience. These small celebrations keep you motivated, help you stay positive, and reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed. Reflective question: what small win can you celebrate today, and how can this celebration help you stay motivated on your journey toward your goal? Chapter 10: Sustaining the Journey, Making Growth a Lifelong Habit. Have you ever wondered what life would look like if personal growth became an everyday practice rather than a one-time goal? Sustaining growth requires more than just achieving individual milestones. It involves adopting a mindset that sees learning and improvement as ongoing parts of life. In this final chapter, we'll explore how to make growth a lasting habit, helping you maintain the progress you've made and remain open to new possibilities throughout your journey. Sustained growth begins with a commitment to lifelong learning. Growth doesn't have an endpoint. It's a continuous process that involves exploring new ideas, developing skills, and being open to change. Many successful people share this commitment, seeing every experience as a chance to learn. Take, for example, the well-known innovator Steve Jobs, who approached life with an insatiable curiosity. Even at the height of his career, Jobs constantly explored new ideas and embraced challenges. His growth-oriented mindset kept him ahead of his time, allowing him to adapt and evolve in a fast-paced world. This mindset of lifelong learning can be applied by anyone, regardless of their goals or career path. By staying curious and open, you build a foundation for continuous personal and professional development. One key to sustaining growth is to periodically reflect on your goals and values. As you move through life, your priorities and interests may shift. Regular reflection helps you stay aligned with your current vision of success, ensuring that your efforts remain meaningful and relevant. For instance, someone who initially focused on career advancement may over time place more value on personal relationships or health. By revisiting their goals, they can make intentional adjustments, shifting focus to areas that bring the most fulfillment. This ongoing realignment ensures that growth is driven by what matters most to you in each stage of life, creating a sustainable path forward. Consistency is another cornerstone of lifelong growth. Building habits that support growth can make the process feel more natural and automatic, reducing the need for constant motivation. Consider a person who wants to stay physically fit. Rather than treating fitness as a temporary project, they incorporate regular exercise into their routine, making it a consistent part of their lifestyle. Over time, this habit becomes second nature, allowing them to maintain their progress without extra effort. The same principle applies to any area of growth, whether it's learning a new skill, improving relationships, or cultivating emotional resilience. By creating habits that support your goals, you build a structure that keeps you on track, even when motivation fluctuates. A powerful example of sustaining growth through consistency can be seen in those who practice mindfulness or meditation. Meditation, like many personal growth activities, requires regular practice to be effective. Beginners might find it challenging to maintain focus or feel the benefits, but with consistency, meditation becomes a source of clarity, calm, and self-awareness. Those who stick with it develop a lifelong habit that supports mental well-being and resilience, even during stressful times. This consistent practice reinforces the idea that growth is a journey, not a destination, and that each small step contributes to lasting improvement. To make growth a lifelong habit, it's also important to embrace adaptability. Life is full of unexpected changes, and rigidly holding on to a specific path or plan can limit your potential. Instead, view change as an opportunity to learn and evolve. For example, someone who faces an unexpected career shift might initially feel discouraged, but by embracing the change, they may discover new interests, talents, or opportunities they hadn't considered before. Being adaptable allows you to see setbacks or changes as stepping stones rather than obstacles, helping you stay engaged with your growth journey, even when circumstances shift. Gratitude is another essential element of sustainable growth. When we focus only on what we have yet to achieve, it's easy to become discouraged or feel like our efforts are never enough. But by taking time to appreciate how far you've come, you build a positive mindset that supports ongoing growth. Gratitude allows you to recognize and celebrate each step forward, reinforcing the belief that growth is possible and worthwhile. Consider someone who has worked hard to improve their health. By focusing on the progress they've made, such as increased energy, better habits, or a positive outlook, they feel motivated to continue, appreciating their efforts rather than becoming fixated on remaining goals. Finally, surrounding yourself with supportive people can make a significant difference in sustaining growth. Having a network of friends, mentors, or like-minded individuals who encourage your journey creates an environment where growth feels natural and achievable. These relationships provide encouragement, share insights, and offer accountability. Imagine an artist who joins a community of other creatives. By connecting with people who share similar goals and values, they stay motivated and inspired, learning from others and sharing their own experiences. This sense of community reinforces their growth, providing both support and a sense of purpose. As you conclude this book and reflect on your growth journey, remember that the pursuit of self-improvement doesn't end here. By committing to lifelong learning, staying consistent, embracing change, practicing gratitude, and building a supportive network, you'll create a foundation for continuous growth. Each chapter in this book has introduced principles and practices that you can revisit and build upon, helping you stay on course as you pursue your unique goals. Reflective question: how can you incorporate one habit into your daily life that will help you continue growing? And how can you adapt it over time to stay aligned with your evolving goals? Congratulations on completing Growth Power. Develop a mindset for achievement. Throughout this journey, you've explored powerful principles, from embracing a growth mindset and setting bold goals to building resilience, self-discipline, and lasting motivation. Each chapter offered tools and insights designed to help you take meaningful steps toward personal and professional growth, encouraging you to approach challenges with confidence and a positive mindset. Remember, growth is a lifelong journey, and by applying these concepts, you're building a foundation for continuous improvement and fulfillment. Thank you for joining us and investing in your personal development. If you found this content helpful, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and your support helps us bring you more valuable content. Keep growing, and we look forward to being a part of your journey.